Hi, my name is KGriffin. This is Workforce Ed 105, lesson number 8. And today's topic will be how to inspect, don, and adjust a universal fit vest style full body harness. Our objectives will be to be given a written checklist. The student should be able to inspect the harness with 100% accuracy based on that list. And then given the harness, they should be able to don and adjust the harness in 3 minutes or less. So how many of you have used one of these in the field before? Does anybody recognize what this is? I've used these on a daily basis several years now on the trade, and many aspects of what we do involve fall protection. So I'll begin by explaining what a full body harness is and its purpose. So the slide that's on the screen here, this is from your UBC fall protection textbook. It explains that a full body harness is has straps that distribute the weight of an impact during a fall. And the main reason for that, why it's important, is it keeps the worker upright during a fall. So if you'll go to your UBC text on page 34, I'll explain the inspection process. So essentially, you want to take the harness and just look at the webbing. You can kind of invert the U. It kind of gives you a better idea of whether or not it's been stressed before. You want to look at the D-ring, make sure there's no cracks or any visible deformations in it. Take a look at all of the buckles that's on the harness itself. Look at the strapping. Make sure there's no deformations in the grommets and so forth. And then once you kind of feel confident that's the case, just shake it out a little bit. Some harnesses on the newer styles have indicators within the threading that if it's been used in a fall, it'll give you an indication that's occurred. So moving along to the manufacturer's manual that you have there on your desk as well. It's going to give us the process to don and adjust the harness. And so essentially, most times these are just thrown in a gang box and they'll look like a tangled mess. So you pull it out. If you look for the D-ring, and just what you want to do is shake out the harness, kind of give you an idea, get everything straightened out. Everything is crisscrossed, should come together at that point. And then you want to put it on just like a vest, starting with one arm, going to the next. I like to reach around, make sure where the D-ring's at. The other thing is the preference item. You can start with the chest strap, connect it into the receiver. And it should hit just about mid-chest like that is right there. The next process that you want to do is find the leg straps. Pull it through. And adjust accordingly. And then do the same thing for the other side. Make sure it's hooked to the grommet. Make sure everything's fitted good. You want to ensure that you have enough room. Your hands should fit comfortably in between. And that should be within the time limit of the demonstration that we were suggested earlier. So take it off, everything's in reverse order. And that's back where we started. So based on that demonstration, does anybody have any questions concerning a full body harness?
I got one question. Is there anything wrong with using a Sharpie or any kind of ink in order to mark your name or maybe the company that you work for on the strap itself?
No, that's a good question, George. That comes up a lot of times because we do like to personalize our tools. In this particular case, you can tell that there's no markings of any kind. You don't normally want to mark directly on the webbing with a Sharpie or a Mark-a-Lot. The chemical composition of those tend to deteriorate the fiber, and it's just better not to do any type of markings whatsoever on the product itself. So, if there's not any other questions, basically what we did today, I want to stress that the inspection is the critical element for the full body harness. Without properly inspecting the item first and you putting it into use, you subject yourself to using a harness that may not be serviceable. And then it's also important to understand how to properly don and adjust the item in the event that you do have an accident. You can prevent further injury to yourself by knowing how to don and adjust this item when you're on the job site.